Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. I'm your host, Roman Kelly, joined today by my co-host, Curtis Phillips, a.k.a. Mr. Philly Picks, as we take you down till 6 o'clock, per usual, here on the Big X, Tuesday through Friday. Philly, thank you so much for being a part of the show today, of course, as always. How are you doing today, sir? Happy Friday. Long weekend ahead of us of sports action to get into. So how are you feeling?
Doing good, man. Can't complain. And just ready to dive in, this weekend slate. So, yeah, I'm doing fine, Roman. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well. Got a long weekend ahead of me. I'll be doing some PA announcing tomorrow over at St. Xavier High School for some high school basketball, kind of a tournament setup situation with Made Hoops. Spire Academy will be there. La Lumiere will be there. St. Xavier, of course, will be playing in it as well. And I'll be on the PA call, doing it for the first time ever for basketball, having done it already for some high school soccer, college soccer, all-star soccer games. Haven't done it for the basketball side of things yet on the PA announcing. And I'm excited to go do that. That'll be what I get into this weekend. What are you getting into this weekend, Philly? We got Louisville playing. You probably are going to be on the road potentially with all the different athletics in action this weekend. But where are you at this weekend?
Yeah, honestly, I don't have too much going on. Football season's winding down. So I'm putting my request in for bowl games, but kind of winding down right now. Volleyball's, in the NCAA tournament. So I know a lot of games are being played in Nebraska. So yeah, it's pretty much a free weekend for me. Spending some time with the family. That's mostly what I'll be doing.
Nice. Yes. That's the time of year that we're headed to do that for. That's the best time of year for hanging with family as we are approaching the holidays. We want to get your all's thoughts in. We want to get your all's comments in, and we want to discuss your all's picks and whatever you're punching in tonight on our Game Day Men's Health text line at 502-414-1450. Game Day Men's Health is redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, and sexual performance therapy. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com, defining a new era in men's health. Philly, our Cards are playing tomorrow. They'll be up against Memphis. Have you seen the line for this game?
2 touchdowns.
2 tutties in a basketball game. It's actually going up from there. It's already kind of started to push up out of that 14 spot. I've seen 14.5 all day today. I've seen people text into the Mike Rutherford show saying they're seeing 15.5. I think someone even said that they saw 16.5 somewhere. Over 14 points now projected to beat this Memphis State team tomorrow. And we play at 3:30. I think we can get the job done. I wanted to ask you, though, how are you feeling about tomorrow and the potential here for this game? This is a Memphis team that's aggressive. They play an interesting brand of basketball, kind of a controlled chaos. Is a way to put it, both on both ends of the floor. That's kind of the way that I was describing it in the 2 o'clock hour. What do you think about the Cards tomorrow, Philly?
Yeah, this is interesting. This Memphis team, I honestly, at this point in the season, I thought they'd be better, than what they've displayed so far. I don't think Penny has the guys that he's had in, the recent years since he's been at Memphis. So just curious to see how we come out and play. This is the first game, at the Yum Center in about 2 weeks or so. So curious how we start off after, we started off really good versus that Indiana game. So I'm curious to see if we keep that physicality up, if we're getting shots up. So, I mean, me personally, I'm not touching the spread, just want to enjoy my cards, So I'm just going to stay away probably from the spread. Maybe, I don't know, if Memphis starts off fast and I can get a good low line with us, maybe I'll take it. But yeah, that's kind of what that.
I keep going back and forth. I've given 2 predictions. I think we win in that 5 to 6 range or in this game tomorrow. But I'm also kind of thinking like there is a scenario in which we run them off the floor. A team that can be very streaky, that can be very careless with the basketball. it could look very similar to the Indiana game in terms of statistics, like how it looked in the beginning, getting off to a very early lead where you basically are not allowing them to score anything at all. That could be possible, or it could be one of those games that after the first 5 minutes, it's like 7-8, and neither team's able to get clean looks because of the intensity and the aggression and the pace of play. I hope we can just take care of the basketball. That's kind of the main thing I'm on. I think that this is a Memphis team that nobody's okay with turning the ball over, but their philosophy centers around going crazy on the offensive end, getting multiple players with the ball in their hands, trying to drive downhill, dump off passes to the bigs, a lot of this kind of moving parts. And on the defensive side, they're going to cheat. They're going to gamble. They're going to try to take risk. And if you can take care of the basketball, rebound the basketball well, which is really giving yourself more possessions and cleaner possessions, you should be able to take care of this Memphis team, in my opinion. That's kind of just a quick little take from two Cards fans leading into the weekend in which we'll be back in action. Feels good to know that we've got another game on the slate. Felt like it's been a minute, Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Cards playing.
Yep.
And like you mentioned, volleyball. We'll have Louisville volleyball in action as well. So looking to see if they can get themselves an opportunity to go and play Nebraska. I'm sure I'm thinking Nebraska's going to get the win. Hopefully we can get the win tonight, and we'd love to see Dan Meskey have a chance in going and beating the Louisville's old coach there over at Nebraska.
Yeah.
But I want to ask Philly, because we've got so much to discuss. Let's take a quick look into last night's bets, what we thought about the outcome from Thursday Night Football. I mean, our read on this game was just completely off, but the player props weren't, which is kind of nice. We not necessarily having the right take on the teams, but the players, I felt like we were in the right realm. Other than the receptions, the Mike Evans, I'm just now remembering he went crazy. The under 3.5 that you had, unfortunately, you kind of knew early on after that first, or that second drive, I think he had the 2 targets. You knew that this was going to be a long day for Mike Evans. And that's what it was. He had 6 receptions, 122 yards, but the Falcons get the win. The Falcons beat the Bucks. Bucks fall to 7-7. The Panthers are going to win this division.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, honestly, I'm going to go back to that Mike Evans point. There was a point where I thought I had a chance where Mike Evans, it hit him right in the hands, and the corner kind of undercut him, and he fell on his helmet. And I'm thinking, oh shoot, like Evans.
They're going to take him out, concussion protocol.
I'm like, Evans might be out for the game. This might be our only chance, but unfortunately, he came back. He was good. So that was just a bad read from me there. But the Falcons, I feel like they've done this all year where they win in the most unexpected spots. Like I remember earlier when they won. They won on primetime versus the Bills. They probably should have won that Colts overseas game that I believe was in Berlin.
Overtime game there. Yep.
But as far as the Bucks go, man, I mean, like I said, this was a game that they wanted to win, but wasn't a necessarily must win. It's going to come down to those head-to-head matches with the Panthers, but I bet they're probably feeling disgusted, about this game, just how the way it went. And kudos to the Falcons. Kirk Cousins balled out.
Crazy fourth quarter from Kirk O'Chains there in the fourth. Just two great drives from Kirk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looked like prime Kirk there. Kyle Pitts. I mean, this is how he should have been playing his whole entire career, if I'm being honest. Being drafted number 8. So, good for the Falcons, and we'll see what the Bucks do from here. But
we're going to get into – we'll save it for the end of the show. Let's get into some basketball talk and get into our other punches from last night, because we've got some more questions that we're going to ask about some NFL games this Sunday. We've got that's a text from the last show. So send your thoughts in, send your comments in. If you want to get in on the Game Day Mentel text line, we can get those in. Also got the live chat right over there as well. If you want to bring in your comments, or I guess down below, bring in your comments on the YouTube page. We'll try to read those, and if you send something in, if you send some bets in, send a few props in, we'll display those on the screen, get them discussed, and we can get everybody involved in on the show here today. We may have JR joining up. I'm not quite sure yet, but hopefully we get his triple punch piece in before the end of the show. Philly, get into last night's official punches that you had last night. Player prop, team prop, whatever it was. But let's go over the last night's bets before we look into tonight.
Yep, not so good on our Thursday night. We had Bucks team total under. They ended up going over that. Missouri's team total over 90 and a half. They finished just short at 85. And then yeah, like you said, the Mike Evans receptions went under as well, and that ended up going under. So we do go 0-3, but we will definitely bounce back for the weekend. So yeah.
I had a clean sweep last night.
Oh
First one
yeah.
in a while for me. Barely. It was sweaty. Because
Bucky
we had the
60.
Bucky Irving 60 plus, and he finished right at 60 on the dot for his rushing spot. We had Bobby Portis over 6.5 rebounds last night. He crazy double-double off the bench for the Bucks going up against the Celtics. And, we kind of had a read on this game. We felt like it would be an intense game, and it was. Kuzma with 31 points, which was not expected at all. I did not see that coming, but Bobby Portis with 27 points and 10 rebounds off the bench. I feel like if Bobby hits that first three or like the first couple buckets in a game, you know what's coming with him. He's letting that thing fly from three. Mm-hmm. He's playing hard down low, and he's going to be feeling really confident in his ability to make shots. That Bobby Portis is always super, super fun to watch. Kevin Porter Jr. at it again, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists. Now, you know why? I'm just going to listen. It's just kind of crazy to note the way that he's able to come back into the league and not necessarily revamp his game, but add parts to his game, take away some of those bad tendencies, take what he learned over in Europe and come over here and be what is like one of the best players on the floor every time he steps out there in the guard spot as a ball handler and scorer. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to think that less than 2 years ago, Kevin Porter Jr. was overseas, not sure if he'd get a call from a team over here. Granted, not really basketball reasons to why, but still doesn't make it less. That doesn't make it any more difficult to come and still make it happen at this level. Now he's probably more expendable than Miles Turner because of the deal you just gave him, but he's the best player on the Bucks right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, to me, just kind of wild. Gary Harris, Gary Trent, they're right there. I don't think Kuzma is nearly as consistent as those two guys.
Porter,
Rollins, Porter, I think that's who it is. Rollins, he's young. I think he'll get there one day. He's just still 23 years old. So they've got some good young pieces there. They traded for Cole Anthony. He's been all right. Needs more minutes, if I'm being honest, but they've got a lot of guards. And with the way that AJ Green has played and stuff, you're not going to come in and let Cole Anthony kind of just change everything up. But I thought that was interesting. That he, I was kind of feeling iffy on the 6.5 rebounds. I was like, I like the 6, but we took the 7 because the juice on 6 wasn't there at all. And he gets 10. We also hit the Nuggets minus 9.5 spread last night as they win big by 31 points over the Sacramento Kings. Jokic, 36 points, 12 boards. Jamal Murray doing his thing as well last night with the almost double-double, but getting his teammates involved with kind of an inefficient shooting night. The Nuggets can just attack you in so many different ways. I'm going to start taking them when they go on the road. If they have a loss in their recent couple of games and they're on the road against a bad team, the spreads aren't crazy like they are for some of the other teams that are ranked high in their conference. So I like the Nuggets on the road lately. They've been making me some money. We don't hit the triple punch, though, right, Philly?
No, we do not.
What were so we had Bucky Irving, or we had Kevin Durant. I had the Kevin Durant. I know Kevin Durant didn't.
Yeah, we missed our two with KD. Jeez, I forget mine. I know
you had Bucky Irving rushing and receiving.
Receiving at 80 plus. Yeah, he finished at 71.
76 or 70, 71. Yeah, I thought it was at 76.
Yeah, JR hit his leg though. He had Jose Alvarado's assist. He blew past that 2.5 assists. So yeah, unfortunately, we do not get the triple punch to hit.
Unfortunate. JR, I feel like he's been off the show and giving us all the triple punch winners.
Yes, yeah.
He'll have something to say about that when he gets back on next week. Mm-hmm. But unfortunate night. So as a whole, the two of us go 3-3 yesterday on on our official punches, and we need a bounce back. We got to get back right. We need Philly. We need you getting out a 2-0, 3-0 night. We need myself having a 2-0, 3-0 night. Obviously, Friday shows are a bit interesting because it can be a 2-0 Friday, but a bad weekend still.
Right.
Because we obviously give out multiple plays on Friday. Friday are the heavy day for our officials. But let's get right into it, Philly. We don't have a lot of time to waste. I want to ask you what your favorite bets on the weekend are. Because we'll start with that. We'll start with each, whatever your first one is. We'll go with the other games in that league, talk about some of the other matchups. But what are your 2 or 3 favorite bets on the weekend? That can be Friday night, that can be Saturday night, that can be Sunday, that can be college basketball, NBA basketball, NFL football, whatever it may be. I wanted to know what you're at in terms of where your money's going to be going.
Yeah, so I mean, the more I look at this NFL slate, the more I'm starting to find plays that I typically like. So this is not a market I tend to dive in, but I'm going to take Jordan Love to get no interceptions this week. He's facing the Denver Broncos. I got this at -115. And I feel like if he didn't throw an interception last week versus my Bears, this would be heavily juiced. But Jordan Love, he only has 4 interceptions on the year. Hasn't really been turning over the ball. Denver is a good defense, but they don't really force a lot of turnovers. They only have 1 interception on that defense in the last 6 games. So, I mean, Jordan Love, he's been hitting his receivers. He might be, off target, here and then, but he's not really turning over the ball. So I really like him to not have an interception at -115. And then another play I really love. I'm sorry, I'm going against your Saints this weekend. I'm gonna fade them. I love that Panthers -2.5 at -120. I mean, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. Obviously, they want this division lead. If they lose, they will still be a half game back behind the Bucks, and they've already lost to this Saints team. So I feel like this is just a great bounce back spot on the road. Bryce Young, he's gonna have a nice outing, and the Panthers will win by at least 3, I believe, against the Saints. Saints coming off a great win versus the Bucks last week, so I think it's a good spot to fade them.
I can understand where you're coming from there. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. I see the numbers, I see the spot, I see the line, I see the way that in terms of how these two teams have been trending, the Saints defense is not trending in a direction that wants to deal with the way that the Panthers offense has been playing. So I'm not going to be tailing, but I'm going to be understanding that is probably going to be what happens as I watch the game, Curtis. So I can rock with you on that one. I do wonder though, with the way that the Saints looked last week, if they can get a running game, I think they can. If the run game's there at all, I think they can stay in it. Is kind of where I'm at with that one. That's the only take I have against that there though. I have an interesting prop on the weekend. It's in the NFL as well. Phillip Rivers. This is not a dump spot. It's not a heavy unit spot, but he's +116 to throw 1 touchdown. +116 to throw 1 touchdown. A player that knows exactly how this offense operates. Granted, it's been 5 years. I don't think the Colts win. I don't think the Colts score a lot of points. I think he gets them down the field 2 or 3 times. I think with the help of Jonathan Taylor, with the unexpectedness that you can have with the Phillip Rivers pass game and the play action, if Jonathan gets rolling, I like a small little half unit play, a little half unit jab on the Phillip Rivers +1 touchdown. That's just because, for the sake of the storylines more so. Yeah. Seattle defense is one of the best in the league, but I mean, they've got other props on here. He's -156 to throw an interception, +120 to not throw an interception. Sam Darnold, +100 to throw an interception, -130 to not. I kind of like both of them to throw one, if I'm being honest, in this kind of a game, which you could get great odds on either of those. You couldn't parlay them or anything like that. They'd have to be singles in that game or on a parlay without any other props from that game, I believe, depending on what book you're looking at. But that was just kind of a little bit of fun I'm going to maybe have with a half unit play there. I wanted to get your opinion on the Chiefs. This Chiefs team is not been good. That's the way we can put it. Now, it's easy. Everyone does this with the Chiefs, I feel like, more so than we do it with other teams. When we start talking about them and talking about what things should look like or what's going to happen going forward with the Chiefs, everybody's quick to say, well, look what they did in the last 2 years in this spot. Look what they've done in the last 5 years in this. Blah, 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 blah. I'm doing that a little bit. I found myself doing it earlier. Like, the Chiefs at this time of year at home typically don't lose. There's those couple of games that happened that were weird in December 2023, and then obviously having a weird December this year, losing to the Texans in the fashion that they did, with Mahomes having three of them things. He threw three of them things. Should have thrown four. Probably should have thrown a fourth thing in that game. If I'm being honest, I don't think he looks like that again. I don't think you're getting something about Andy Reid having already lost to a Chargers team that has a bad offensive line right now, and because of that, has an unpredictable pass game right now. Granted that you get Omarion Hampton back, you get your safety net with your running back. I think this game's going to be a lot more interesting than people are kind of thinking. And I say thinking, I mean, they're 5.5-point favorites. I like the Chiefs at -2.5. So I'm going to make that an official punch here on the weekend for me, Philly. I think that Andy Reid bounces back against a team like these Chargers that have had this weird little kind of, not necessarily struggles, but they're going through some adversity right now. He's already gotten to see them. He's gotten a game plan for them in the last couple of weeks with them having looked all right, the Chargers. I think Andy Reid bounces back, doesn't lose to the same team twice in one season. I don't think Patrick Mahomes has a game nearly like that again. I don't think he has a 3-interception, no touchdown game, maybe for the rest of his career. I mean, it sounds crazy, but that was all time bad from Patrick. We've only seen him like that literally in 3 games in his entire career. That was like his third. And I think he looks a lot better this week. Give me the Chiefs -2.5. That's kind of my first official punch on the weekend. We didn't really address anything happening tonight at all, Philly. I mean, there's some WrestleMania this week, or there's some WWE. John Cena's having his last fight this weekend. I know that's something that I saw.
Is he really? Oh, man.
His last main event fight, I believe, is happening this weekend. I don't know if that's something people bet on or not.
I'd assume so.
We've got some college football in the FCS on tonight. Montana State, Stephen Austin. We've got some action tomorrow as well. South Carolina State, Prairie View, Villanova, Tarleton State also playing tomorrow. Army, Navy. I don't think we could probably save some of the college football talk if we want. We want to chat about tonight. Where are you at with college basketball tonight? Because there's some games on. You've been hot with the team totals as of late. We've also got a good amount of action on in the NBA tonight. Give us a few hits, Philly. Where's some punches that we can take and make some money tonight?
Yeah, so I'll start off with my college basketball jab, and it's actually for tomorrow. It's not for. I'm not touching anything for tonight's game, but we're going to the downtown rivals in Kentucky, and we're gonna fade them tomorrow, I believe. But this is just a jab for right now. But I like Indiana +4.5. Kentucky really, I mean, they haven't showed that they're capable of beating a good team. I think this Indiana team is honestly better than them. I feel like one of the only few advantages Kentucky has in this game is the home court advantage.
IU money line.
Yeah,
I'm saying it now. I'm actually going to take a spread. I'm going to take IU -3.5. I'm going to take it all the way up to 5.5. I think IU wins this game by 6 points. Give me IU. You know what? I'm putting my money where my mouth is, Philly.
Okay.
Official punch. I'm stealing your shine on this one. But
okay.
I feel I'm with you so hard on this. Give me IU -5.5 as an official punch for me on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think the market has caught up to Kentucky yet. Like, there was only 4.5 dogs to Gonzaga, get blown out by 30+, I believe. They was 5.5-point favorites over Michigan State for whatever reason.
They're 5.5-point favorites in this game. That is not right. The metrics love them still, or the metrics think they're not as bad as we know they are.
Right, yeah. They've shown that they're pretty bad. So that's just a jab for me right now for tomorrow's slate. But I'll dive into NBA tonight real fast, and I'm gonna go to a ticket puncher, I believe, favorite at this point, Jalen Johnson, over 32.5 points and assists at -114. Roman smiling like he was on this play as well.
That was my triple punch. Well, I
uh,
was looking into Jalen Johnson for a triple punch piece, so
gotcha.
you're already on it.
But yeah, I mean, he's hit this 6 of his last 7 games. He's hit this both games versus the Pistons. And then Porzingis is out, like always. He's hit this 7 of the 9 games without Porzingis. We all know this guy, he's stat pass, man. He just does everything on the floor. He's your point forward. So, I think he gets the 33, points and assists tonight.
I love it. I was looking into his point line tonight. I was also, big on Jalen Johnson. You're right. He's a ticket puncher favorite. Jalen Johnson is a ticket puncher at this point.
He is.
Not only is he a favorite,
Oh, yeah.
we have had some success with him as well. He has been punching
yeah.
tickets for us all season long. I like it. I'm going to go in the NBA tonight as well. I'm going to go official punch tonight. I'm going to have a player prop and a team prop for us tonight. Player prop, I mean, I was obviously looking at the Jalen. Let's go team prop first. I think 76ers win and cover tonight. I think at the 5.5 line, I'm loving it. You're going to have Embiid tonight. You're going to have Paul George tonight. So that's kind of a safety net for you. Actually, I don't know if you have Maxey tonight. Is Maxey out? Is Maxey out?
I didn't think he was, but
Tyrese Maxey may be out. I'm seeing now that it
possibly
looks like he
is out.
With that being said, with no Maxey tonight, we're going to take a quick look on VJ Edgecombe's alternate
rebounds and assists, I'm assuming.
Well, no, I'm gonna take the points. I'm gonna go VJ Edgecombe on the points tonight. With no Maxey, I like VJ on the 13.5 points as an official punch. I like the 76ers to win on the money line. So we'll go 2-leg, basically SGP. Both of these have separate official punches. Philadelphia 76ers money line. Player prop, VJ Edgecombe over 13.5 points in this one. Those are going to be my 2 official punches in that game. I'm going Warriors money line as my 3rd official punch on the night, straight up at home with the Timberwolves coming to town. How do you feel about that one, Philly, as we're rounding out to the end of the show here before our triple punch?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that Sixers bet at all. I believe this might be one of the first games with Embiid and Paul George playing at the same time. But they're going against a Pacers team that, can't trust on the road. They only have 6 wins on the season anyway. And then, I like the Warriors to get it done. No Anthony Edwards in that game. So, Warriors should get that done at home as well. So, I'll go both of those plays.
I like it. Quick, before we get out of here, triple punch piece for – well, no, we'll just save that. We'll save that. This is going to wrap us up on the radio side of things. If you want that triple punch parlay, come visit us on YouTube and on X right now. We're going to stay tuned for a few more minutes after the live radio hours. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Running with Roman, to the Ticket Puncher Show here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. Stay tuned. We've got all kinds of things happening on this station here after this. Wake up 502, 9 to 11 tomorrow morning, and then we'll be back next week as per usual. Let's go punch those tickets, Philly.
Punch those tickets.
All right, Philly. Don't have much time, but I'd like to get that triple punch out to our listeners again.
Yep.
We've got JR's piece ready. He's on assist again.
Mm-hmm.
He's on Jose Alvarado. No, that was last night. I don't know what I'm doing. He's on Ace Bailey. 2+ assists. So he's on the small assist lines, which the small lines can be interesting if you get right reads and you find them, with certain matchups. But Ace Bailey, over 1.5 assists to get 2 tonight. I know the minutes have been upped for Ace Bailey, and of like what they're asking him to do has been upped as well. So I'm not mad at that. I'm going to get this written down here so we can get that tweeted out as well. But Curtis, Mr. Philly Picks, what's your triple punch pick for tonight?
Yep, I was going back and forth on this because I need to get my leg down. But I'm very confident that Brandon Miller will get 20+ points tonight. sitting around minus 210, not the best odds. But he already had 27 versus this Hornets team, and that was with LaMelo Ball. There won't be LaMelo nor Colin Sexton tonight, I believe. So, and he's hit 20 plus point mark 7 of the last 8 games without LaMelo Ball going back to last year. Bulls, you can kind of fade them in really all aspects because they just play so fast paced. They can allow points, rebounds, and assists. So he's going to be the main guy to score for the Hornets tonight. So yeah, I think Brandon Miller can get to 20 plus points.
I like it. B Miller 20 plus is our first piece of our triple punch parlay. I'm with you on that one there. It's time for him to get back to being that young, youthful scorer that he can be. One of the young bright stars of the league, really, is what he was headed towards with his ability. And I think he can still be that. I'm on Cooper Flagg. 6 plus rebounds. Sitting at minus 178 right now. Obviously, going up against a Nets team that is not a very, very good defensive rebounding team. I think there's an opportunity for some a lot of maverick offensive rebound spots, and Anthony Davis is playing. So this is, in a way, it's a bit sweaty just because of circumstances with the personnel out there. But with that being said, Philly, he went on a stretch, on a tear from November 21st to December 3rd. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight games in which he had 6 plus rebounds. December 5th, he had a weird night where he didn't have very many. And then December 6th, last week, he had only 5 in the matchup against Houston, and where they
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, like, he wasn't able to get that 6-1 late. He was doing everything that game, but was having to be out on Min Thompson a little bit more than normal, being out on the perimeter for the entirety of possessions more than normal against that Rockets team. I don't think he's going to have to do that against this Nets team. I don't think they're going to have – he's not going to be on Michael Porter Jr., and in return, he's going to get to kind of roam defensively a bit. And I think because of that and the way that they switch, he'll fall into those 6 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, I love it. Flagg always – crashes those boards. So I love that.
I like how we have a points, rebounds, and assist prop for the triple punch for tonight. I think that is the first time we've done that.
Yeah,
like
not even
three different players, 3 different statistical wagers that we're taking, and then all in the same league, though.
Yeah,
so
all in NBA.
That's making me feel like we've got good luck right there on the Friday for the triple punch. Cooper Flagg, 6 plus rebounds. Brandon Miller, 20 plus points. And Ace Bailey, 2 plus assists. Ace Bailey, that's the JR pick. Obviously, Brandon Miller is the Philly pick. And Cooper Flagg is the Romy Bean pick for our triple punch parlay. And Philly, unless you have any other official punches you wanted to get out there, I think we're going to be all good.
Quick hockey official punch.
I have another one. Go ahead, though.
Okay. Yep. Got a quick hockey one. There's only a 2-game slate tonight, but I do like the Blackhawks money line. I got them at plus 108. I think they're all the way in the minus money at this point of the day. But they're first in the St. Louis Blues, who have lost 5 straight as favorites. And they're just dealing with a lot of injuries at this point in the season that I think it's kind of tough to overcome, night in and night out. And the Blackhawks they've already beat this team. I feel like the Blackhawks have surprised a lot of people with their record this season, being one of the worst the last few years, and now they're kind of middle of the pack. So they're definitely progressing. So I like the Blackhawks to get a win tonight on the road.
I like it. I'm in the ACC for one more play. Syracuse, 10.5 point favorites over Hofstra. I like them to blow them out, if I'm being honest. I think they win by like 15, 16 plus in this game. I think that line's a little bit too low. So give me Syracuse hosting Hofstra and covering that 10.5 points on Saturday. One jab as well. I'm betting this. I like this. Illinois is going to beat Nebraska up. They're going to cover that 10.5 points, and they're going to show Nebraska that bleep ain't sweet, because Nebraska off to trying to go, and I think 10-0 is their best, tying their best ever start to a season. 11-0 would be their best ever start to a season, and it's funny they've got Illinois on the schedule for this game. They're not winning it. tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
They're not covering it either. Take Illinois on the minus 10.5. Rock with me on that one if you want to, or fade me if you think I'm wrong. But Philly, unless you've got anything you want to add out, bring up, discuss, or add bet-wise, I think we're good for the day.
So I'll drop one more going into your Phillip Rivers point. I know you dropped a touchdown bet. I'm gonna go on the other side and get him to throw an interception. It's a lot of juice on this at minus 156. But
don't the Seahawks have the most turnovers? Have the Seahawks forced the most turnovers?
No, the Bears are one.
The Bears have.
I know Seahawks are up there. They're Seahawks ranked third in interceptions this season, and I just think, I mean, I feel like Rivers. He's only been in practice, 5 or 6 days. I feel like him and this receiving core is gonna be, a little not on the same page for some points of this game. All it takes is one throw over the receiver, tip ball, Seahawks intercepted. I think he'll definitely get at least.
He doesn't put enough on one. There's the game speed's shifted a little bit in the last 4 years.
Yeah, for sure.
I like him to throw a thing. I like him to throw a
touchdown and an interception. Yeah. We could both hit this easy. So yeah, I'm gonna drop that as official punch as well. And then I'm gonna drop one more. We're dropping a lot of plays this Friday. Trevion Henderson over 45.5 rushing yards. This may be a trap line.
That's low.
It is low, man. And I know he's in a split backfield with Ramondre Stevenson, but he's going up against a Bills defense who allows the 6th most, rushing yards to running backs. He's already cashed this in 6 straight games. And I think even without like a whole lot of volume, like he's still efficient. He's averaging 5 yards per carry. So I think he can definitely get to the 46-yard rushing mark. So I'll drop that as official punch as well. And that's it for me.
I like it. I'm pretty sure that's it for me. I don't like the Chiefs being my only Sunday play. I know there's going to be some. Oh, no, I dropped the Travis Etienne. Nope, that was my play of the day. I'm going to drop that again here on the Ticket Punchers as an official punch. Travis Etienne going up against the Jets, a Jets team that's been very, very susceptible to allowing a lot of rush yards from all teams in multiple positions as well. But in particular, running backs have been able to cut up on them. His line for rushing in this game at the moment is currently sitting at 74.5.
Yeah, I was looking at him all day. Yeah,
we're gonna water it down just a bit. The 70+ yards at minus 146. I like Etienne to get over this, to get to this mark against the Jets team that hasn't been able to stop the run all season long. That's my second punch for Sunday. So I've got 3 punches for the night. VJ Edgecombe, Philly money line, Warriors, IU minus 5.5 tomorrow, Syracuse minus 10.5 tomorrow, Chiefs minus 2.5, which is an alternate watered down spread, and then the Etienne 70+ rushing yards, which is an also watered down prop from his set line. Philly, you want to list yours one more time before we get out of here?
Yep. So I believe I only have one for tonight, and that's Jalen Johnson over 32.5 points and assists at minus 114. Threw a jab for Indiana plus 4.5 for Saturday's game. Oh, I'm sorry. Blackhawks money line also for tonight at plus 108. And then for the Sunday slate, we have Panthers minus 2.5 at minus 120. Trevion Henderson over 45.5 rushing yards at minus 112. Phillip Rivers to throw an interception at minus 156. And Jordan Love not to throw an interception at minus 115.
I'll go ahead and make Phillip Rivers. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to stay it as a jab. I'm going to keep the Phillip Rivers touchdown as a jab. I don't want to make that an official punch just because that is a risk. I'm going to say this. Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown sitting at minus 140. That's one you're going to have to catch right now if you want those odds. It will go up. So we'll drop JT touchdown anytime at minus 140. And those are going to wrap us up here on the Ticket Punchers. That's a lot of plays for you all. You remember, going to have to go back and rewatch them. Nice that we did it there at the end, though, so you can just kind of skip to the end on Sunday, rewatch the last 10 minutes of the show, and get your official punches out. And, of course, that triple punch parlay. We're going to try to get a triple punch parlay tweeted out for you guys on Saturday, tweeted out for you guys again on Sunday, tweet it out for you guys again on Monday, if not a Monday show off of radio. But Philly, this is going to wrap us up. Let's go.